Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please do not forget to tap that subscribe button on your way out. Join the family. We would love to have you. If you are already a part of the family, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for coming back again and again and again. My name is Elevated Mental, and I am here to channel important messages from the ancestors that will help us to grow and progress together as a collective. Keep in mind, family, that these messages are collective messages, and that means that it may not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you, make sure that you tap the like button and drop a comment. Let us know how it resonates with you. If the message does not resonate with you, it's okay. It just may not be your message. You can go and scroll through all the many other messages that I've posted and see if those resonate with you. Do not force any of these messages to fit, okay? If you would like to insert your energy so that I can pick up on your energy a bit more, make sure that you engage with these messages. Make sure that you subscribe so you become a part of that collective consciousness, that collective energy. I've already cleansed the energy of myself, my space, and the cards, and all negative and monitoring spirits have been returned to sender where they belong. So family, we have some storms happening right now in different parts of the world, including where I am currently at. And aside from the storms, we have that 888 portal coming up in just 2 days. And so I wanted to know the connection between everything happening right now. Nothing is a coincidence, and the more you realize that, the more you will start to be present and consciously aware of the things that are happening around you and why they're happening around you. So we got my neighbor's dog barking in the background, making his presence known, and it started to get a little annoying, and then I said, what does that mean? Because again, everything means something. And so I looked up the spiritual meaning of dogs barking, and it says that it's often associated with protection, alertness, and guidance. And I was just saying to everyone, it's important to be consciously aware of the things that are going on around you. So yeah, that alertness, and then the protection, and just the whole theme of wanting to make that connection between everything that is happening right now. It seems very chaotic for some of us, aside from the weather, but just there's a lot going on in so many different parts of the world, and a very powerful portal coming up. So without further ado, let's get into it. My beautiful, beautiful people, I asked the ancestors, what is going on with all the storms, the chaos, and the breakdowns? And how does the 888 portal relate and connect everything? And so they answered with the 8 of Staffs upright, the Strength card upright, the 5 of Cups in reverse, the Star card in reverse. So now what does all this mean? Let's break this down because I'm excited. So the 8 of Staffs speaks of powerful movement. The 8 of Staffs is very similar to the Chariot. The Chariot is one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. And so it speaks of moving quickly, anticipating a positive outcome. And I was like, oh, okay. And it made sense immediately. So when you think about storms, right? And you think about the rain, you think about purity, cleansing, okay? Some of you may even go back to the Bible with the fact that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, right? And then everything was fresh and new, and anything that didn't belong was washed away. And so we can look at that literally and metaphorically, right? Because that's what's happening right now, literally, with all of the storms happening. And for some of you, it may not be raining where you live. It may just be a storm that you're going through in your life. Like metaphorically, you may be going through a lot. You may have lost things, and there's a cleansing happening on the planet, and that cleansing is happening in different ways for different people. Okay, so I thought that was really interesting that that was the first card that came out. But they want us to know that things will now begin to move very quickly. You know, once you release things, once you cleanse, you make room for new things. And so think about how a lot of our parents were like, it's springtime, gotta clean up. And you hear about the spring cleaning, right? It's because, and right now it's 111 on the clock. It's literally 111. When you see the number 1, you can think about new beginnings. And that's exactly what this means. Thanks for the confirmation, ancestors. So a lot of things are being cleansed and renewed. A lot of negative energies being washed away and cleansed, and positive, refreshing, revitalizing energies being brought in to replace it. And that's what's happening for all of us right now as a collective. I do want to take this moment to acknowledge that if you need any assistance navigating through all the chaos and the breakdowns and everything that is happening right now, you can book a personal session with me. All of the links are down below in the description box. You can shoot me a quick email if you have any questions. I am here to assist you, okay? And I also want to say thank you to everyone that has donated to the channel. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for my supporters. I also would like to thank everyone who has been booking private readings and life coaching sessions with me. I'm just so honored to be able to assist you all on your journey. So thank you for your support with that as well. For anyone that would like to donate to the channel or book a private session with me, you can do so down below at the link in the description box, okay? All right, now moving forward with this strength card. So the number 8 is coming out here again. The number 8 is very significant here. It feels like it's been coming out for like the last 3 readings, and it's on top of the strength card. And so the ancestors are calling us to be brave and courageous at this time. They want us to practice emotional and physical strength, as well as self-discipline and patience. So this is something that a lot of you are struggling with. A lot of people are afraid because they don't know what's coming. A lot of people are afraid because things are changing. You know, we got a lot of fixed signs here on the planet that don't really like change. You know, it's just like, I'm used to things being one way, and if things change from being that one way, I don't know if it's going to help or hinder me. So there's a lot of fear, but they want you to trust them. They want you to not only trust in them, trust in yourself, trust in your purpose, trust in your higher self, right? The reason why you are here. And so a lot of you are learning to not fear the things that we've been taught to fear. Like, for example, death. A lot of these things are sensitive subjects, but they're things that are natural that we have to go through, and it's inevitable, okay? So let me speak on that. Energy does not die, it only transmutes. And if you go back and listen to, I want to say maybe 75% of my readings, I mention the fact that energy is transferable, and a lot of our ancestors are within the wind, in the elements, you know, the fire, the water, the air, and the animals, the butterfly, the dragonflies, you know, the red bird that has been following you around everywhere. So that's something that they're highlighting right now. They don't want you to be afraid of the transition. I feel like somebody out there feels like, oh my God, the world's ending, we're all gonna die. That is what I'm seeing right now. And that's why this strength card is showing up, okay? Because again, nothing truly dies. With transitioning and cleansing and releasing comes rebirth. It's like, for example, you have an elder that dies or that transitions in your family, and then you have a newborn baby that pops up a few months later. That is the circle of life. And they want you to know everybody is not going to die. Like, somebody out there is terrified. They're like, the world is ending. Somebody out there has been heavily indoctrinated. So keep in mind, if you're going to read the Bible, you have to decode it. It's not to be taken literally. A lot of the things in the Bible have been tampered with. And I feel like there's somebody out there who feels like this is like the rapture and just the end. And it's not. It's the end of evil. It's the end of all of the negative energies that have been ruining our planet. So that's something they really want us to come to terms with, okay? I want to really quickly look up what this number 8 means. Okay, so the number 8 means abundance, success, and balance. It is associated with material wealth and achievements in the physical realm. Look at that. So they want you to know that this cleansing of evil and everything that is happening right now, this chaos, is going to bring balance. When you hear the word balance, you think about, well, when I hear the word balance, I think about justice, right? It could be karmic justice. You think about Osset, the ancestor Osset, right? And the laws of Ma'at, okay? That is balance. And so justice will be served. There will be balance brought to our planet. We have the yin, we have the yang, we have the light, we have the darkness. And right now there's way too much darkness happening. Darkness cannot exist within the light, right? When the light shows up, the darkness goes away. So that's what I'll say on that. Now, moving forward, we got the 5 of Cups in reverse. What does this mean? The 5 of Cups symbolizes information, knowledge of self-history, and using this information to correct past behavior, as well as setting out to find new goals. So this 5 of Cups in reverse is bringing awareness to who we are, what we come from, who we come from, how things were before the planet was saturated with all this darkness and this evil. And so there is a sense of knowing. I'm always saying, remember who you are, remember who you are, remember who you are, okay? Because it's within you. And that's me giving you the affirmation and the encouragement for you to remember. The more I say it, the more you say it, the more you know it's possible, the more it will happen. Remember who you are. That knowledge is within you. You may have forgotten because we've been mentally conditioned to forget. But when you tap in with self and you gain access to your Akashic records, you will begin to remember everything. You will have that strength and that courage that it takes to get through this. And so that's exactly what this portal is about. And so the rain is cleansing you of the fear and the lack, the self-doubt. And this portal is restoring everything needed for you to continue on this journey. For those of you that are not experiencing actual rain in the region in which you are currently residing, it's the storm that you've been going through. It's the metaphorical storm you've been going through that is preparing you to be strong enough to endure all the transitions that are currently taking place on the planet. And these transitions are bringing a new perspective to a lot of people. And so with the 5 of Cups saying that people will be setting out to find new goals, a lot of people will be ditching their jobs. A lot of people will be starting businesses, changing industries, and joining organizations so that they have more of a sense of fulfillment. They want to do more to help the planet through this transition, right? They're like, oh, I have a greater purpose. And that's what this portal is doing for everyone that taps in. It's helping you to gain that sense of self. It's helping you to remember who you are and why you are here. And once you walk in your purpose, what does it bring for you? Abundance and wealth. You won't want for anything. You will have everything that your heart desires. So I mentioned earlier with the Strength card courage, right? And confidence. And so with the star card being here in reverse, the star card speaks of low self-esteem, preventing you from pursuing your gifts and visions. And so that's one of the things that is also being washed away with this weather, with this cleansing, right? A lot of you are gaining that confidence that is required for you to live up to who you are truly meant to be. And for some of you, that's what the portal's bringing you. Because for some of you, that's all you're missing, the confidence. And like, I've been having a really hard time getting my thoughts out this reading. Like, I'm stumbling over my words, and you may not hear it because I'm editing it out because it's really bad. And I'm having some like clouded vision or like brain fog and brain farts. And I feel like a lot of you have a hard time speaking up. A lot of you have a hard time getting your words out, and a lot of you are having a hard time either processing what's going on or focusing. So that's something that this storm will be shining a light on, and the portal will be helping you to overcome this. So moving forward, for the star card, additionally, it can speak of conceit as well as an inflated sense of self-importance. And so some of you are too arrogant. Like, some of you are only concerned with yourself. And so that is also something that is stopping you from fulfilling your purpose, because a lot of you are meant to be humanitarians and leaders. A lot of you are here to help build what we call the new earth. And so if you're so stuck on yourself and you're only worried about your own progression and your own growth, you can't really help those around you. Don't get me wrong. Yes, we do go through a phase where we have to focus on ourselves because we can't pour from an empty cup. But again, balance is everything. And so you will need to balance working on yourself and helping the people around you, because again, we start with the man in the mirror. We work on ourselves and that shines outwards. So some of you will need to kind of loosen up or learn how to be more gracious, right? And learn how to be more mindful of the people around you. Learn how to prioritize helping others, because when you help others, you also help yourself, right? When you have one hand out to give, the other hand will be receiving. For some of you, this isn't even really your fault. A lot of you have been raised in Western religions that encourage individual salvation more than collective building and unity. And so that type of programming and conditioning will also be washed away with this current storm, and this portal will bring a new perspective. And so you'll want to get out and help. You'll begin to reach out and help those that are in need. So I asked the ancestors, what will the storms and the portal do for the collective? And they gave me the 3 of Swords in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and the Tower card upright. So with this 3 of Swords here in reverse, some of you are really hard on yourselves. And not only is there harsh self-criticism, there is emotional denial and a lack of focus or direction. And I just said that. I said that it felt like I could barely focus. I'm struggling to get my words out in this reading. So I feel like there are some distractions for you. Some of you are distracted by everything that's going on, and that is why you're being called to go within. Because once you go within, it's easier for you to turn out or tune out that outside noise. And so they're really wanting you to do some meditating, some stillness, where you're focusing on your breathing, okay? It could be a house full of loud people in the background. They want you to go in your room and practice tuning out the noise. Focus on your breathing, focus on your own thoughts, and eventually you'll get so good at it that you won't even realize or remember that people are around you while you're trying to meditate. They will not affect you. Okay, so that takes some consistent meditating, but that's what you're being called to do right now. Focus on going within. And then again, with the lack of confidence, with that harsh self-criticism, it's like, give yourself some grace. There's already so much harshness in the world. You're being judged left and right, and some people are so cruel. Why would you be cruel to yourself? Why would you judge yourself? Give yourself grace. This is your first time doing this lifetime, right? You're being called to learn the lessons so that you can be better. So when you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Just focus on how you can do better moving forward, okay? And now also with this Lover's card being here in reverse, it speaks of hurt feelings. So some of you are beating yourself up over something that you may have done. And being that it's the Lover's card here in reverse, there may have been an end to something. It could be a connection, a friendship, a relationship. Maybe you and a close family member fell out and you're blaming yourself for it. It may be that someone passed away or someone transitioned and you're blaming yourself for that. They want you to know it's not your fault. You agreed to go through this. Everything happening right now was already planned. It's a part of your destiny, and it's being set up to put you in the correct position that you need to be in, because right now you're not at that place yet. You're not quite there. A lot of you are working to be there, but you're not there yet. And so certain things had to happen to kind of like sit you down or get you in a place of reflection, right? So that you can be put into position. So the number 6 may be significant here. Some of you may have just had a birthday in June. Some of you may have lost someone in June. My condolences if that's the case. Some of you may have had a connection come to an end in June. Some of you may be a life path 6 or a life path 9. Some of you may have been born in 69 or in 96. Okay, take it how it resonates. Some of you may have been born in 66, but it doesn't have to be so for this to resonate with you. Okay, and then also we got the number 1 here again. So yeah, new beginnings. We got the number 6 here again too. The number 7 is here. Some of you may be a life path 7, or maybe you celebrated a birthday in July. Maybe something came to an end in July. Because we also got the Tower card here upright. So yeah, like I said, something came to an end. For some of you, it feels like things are crashing down. You're having a tower moment right now. And this tower moment it's like things have to break down in order to be rebuilt. Remember that. So you may feel like, oh my gosh, what is going on? My life is in shambles. It's breaking down to rebuild to something even stronger, with a stronger foundation, something even better, something more powerful that you've never experienced before. And that's where that Strength card came in. They want you to be courageous and brave, and they want you to trust. They want you to know that everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be great. They want you to remember, because when you remember, then you'll be like, oh, okay, everything is working as planned. Everything is going just as my soul and my soul family planned for it to go. Ashe. All right. So let's read what the Tower moment says, because I really want to. I'm being called to turn to the guidebook for this. So the Tower says, turmoil and conflict in one's home. Remember, your home could be your actual literal home, or your home could be yourself, your body, your temple. Okay. It speaks of lying, sadness, and lack of peace. Change occurs in the blink of an eye. Great disruption has taken or will take place. Dramatic change in beliefs or situations in the home. The disruption of tradition, a shocking loss of what was thought to be true. So for some of you, this is just you realizing that things just are not what you were taught them to be. Like, things are not what you were taught that they are. I hope that makes sense. This is, for some of you, this is just you simply realizing that everything that you have been taught is a lie, and you have been having a really hard time trying to make sense of everything. Some of you, I can see you like locked up in your bedroom, just like, oh no, like this can't be true. You like, your brain is in overload right now trying to make sense of things, and that's okay. That's okay. That moment of solitude where you're trying to figure things out, it's okay. It's completely normal. Don't beat yourself up for it, okay? Take all the time that you need to take. It's tough learning that everything that you've been taught is a lie. And so when they talk about dramatic change in beliefs or situations, right? So some of you were taught, like, for example, religion, right? And some of you were taught certain sciences, and just you were taught certain mannerisms, and you're learning this is not the way, or this is not the best way for me. This is not the way for me. And so when they speak of the disruption of tradition, I feel like, yeah, traditionally you were taught that things are supposed to be done this way. And now that you are coming into yourself and you're learning more about yourself and the truth, you're like, okay, things are not supposed to be that way at all. As a matter of fact, doing things this way causes harm and chaos. So I asked the ancestors, what type of changes, what type of positive changes will this portal be bringing to the whole of humanity? And we got the Hierophant here upright, and we got the World card upright, which is amazing. It's an amazing outcome considering all the cards that came out before. So the Hierophant card speaks of marriage, okay? Remember, marriage can be contractual agreement, so it could be you connecting with your soul tribe. For some of you, you may very well be getting married. A lot of you will be signing contracts for businesses and organizations. It speaks of searching for meaning and reality, so it's bringing a realization to a lot of people that, okay, there is more truth and knowledge out there, and so I'm gonna go find it. I'm not going to be stuck in my little bubble. I'm not going to be closed-minded. I'm going to open my mind and my heart, and I'm going to be willing to receive this new knowledge. And so some of you are searching for meaning and truth. Some of you will be discovering self and morality. And many of you will be connecting, because it says deeper ties to others occur. So yeah, many of you will be connecting with your soul tribe, physically or spiritually. So many of you may be having dreams, and some of you may be clairvoyant and clairaudient, and so you'll be seeing and hearing your soul tribe, like your soul team that is in the spiritual realm. They'll be telling you, hey, look, we're here for you. Don't be afraid of us. Some of you will also be astral traveling, and this is bringing me back to the card that spoke about travel. I think that was the Hierophant card. Some of you will be taking trips to certain places like Cuba, Dominican Republic, and certain places, and you'll be doing shaman rituals where you'll be learning how to astral travel and to connect to your higher self. And that actually reminds me that we will be taking a spiritual retreat in December to Jamaica. We will be working with maroon shamans who practice Mayo, which is an ancient spiritual practice that was done by our ancestors, the Maroons. When you hear about Queen Natty and the Maroons and how powerful they were able to obtain that level of power because they were so heavily attuned with their spirituality. And so we'll be taking this trip to learn more about ourselves, to reconnect with ourselves and our ancestors. So I will be posting more information about that. If you're interested, let me know below and I'll reach out to you personally. So yeah, we got some really amazing things happening on all levels, spiritual and physical. It also speaks of conservative ideas. So a lot of people moving off grid, building homesteads, building their farms, and even if you're not off grid, you're planting vegetables and gardens and herbs and all of these things. You're learning to live off the land. So this portal is bringing a lot of beautiful things for the collective. And then with this World card here upright, so wait, let me not speed past the Hierophant, right? So The number 5 is here. So 5 may be significant for some of you. But with the world card being here, it speaks of travel. So some of you will literally be traveling. Some of you will just be moving out of rough times. So the portal will be the end of the storm for a lot of you. I feel like that day may be sunny for a lot of people. It's been raining a lot, and I feel like on the 8th, or even the day before, the sun will start to come out. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, some of you will be moving or just moving out of hard times and difficulties. The world card also speaks of freedom and expanding your horizons. And so the guidebook says you may be taking a trip or changing your residence. Your world will see more options and possibilities. This is a time when anything positive is possible. So they're wanting you to really utilize this energy from the portal to manifest that which you want. Okay? Make sure that you guys are journaling. Make sure that you guys are meditating and cleansing, setting intentions. Make sure you're visualizing. Okay? Make sure that you are using your power and using the power of this portal in order to bring in the reality that you want and to put you and your loved ones on the right track. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. If you need a personal reading, you can book that down below at the link in the description box. If you need anything at all from me, that will be available down below at the link in the description box. Okay, until next time, family, peace and oneness.